Hello. It says we are live now. Hi. I haven't done YouTube in a minute for a live stream. So, hi. My name is Martha with Allergy Dragon. I have a glare here. It is so gloomy here in Kentucky that I had to put the light on, so my lighting had to change last minute. So, it's not the best, so I apologize. And I have not streamed on YouTube in forever. I haven't uploaded since like August, so I apologize. Or is it August or September? But we didn't do a meet and eat in September, but I did publish our August meet and eat. And for those of you who don't know, my computer kind of crashed on me. They updated the programs that I use. I use Adobe, updated it, and my laptop was just it's not gonna work. And I see somebody watching, but I don't know who you are. So hi. But I did submit like a bunch of, I said, go ahead and ask me anything. So I have a lot of questions. Which thank you. If you message me a question, I will not say your name out loud on who asked the question, that kind of thing. If you did something more public, I will definitely comment on who sent me the question. So I do, respect your privacy. I know a lot of times with food allergies, you just don't want people knowing your business. So I understand that. It's hard to share. So I've been doing this a while. So it took me a while before I felt comfortable to share about mine and my daughters. So, well, so I guess without further ado, if you do not know me, my name is Martha, and I'm a chef, and I have celiac disease and multiple food allergies. My daughter has 33 food allergies and celiac disease, and my oldest son also has celiac disease. So basically, I just consult on cooking and allergies and all kinds of stuff. So by day, I work in a hospital kitchen, and then I created Allergy Dragon YouTube channel a little over 2 years ago. And as a company, I do consulting on the side and that kind of thing as well. So through Allergy Dragon. So you can always contact my website or that kind of thing. If you have questions and concerns, and I do like a free class with Rainbow Blossom right now for, usually it's about monthly. We're not doing one this month, but we'll do one in January. So, and that's actually a virtual class. So you can, it's free to attend, but you do have to reserve because we do limit how many people are going to be on. Okay, then I guess we will get started and see who, if you have any questions, you can just obviously send them right here in the chat if you're logged in, if you have any questions for me. I'm going to go ahead and go with the questions I have, and then I'll also be checking in on my messages and that kind of thing to see if anybody has sent anything else in through Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. Okay, so my number one question is, why do you eat gluten-free? Well, I kind of just stated that. I have celiac disease, and I only found out about that in 2009. So I started eating things that we got stuff, the stuff was crap. There's no way. Most of the stuff back then when I started was pretty crappy. There is some stuff that is really good, pre-made, but, that's just... it was pretty crappy, and I was like, I can do better. So I made a lot of crappy stuff in my time, and I learned a lot of what not to do. I like certain flour blends, that kind of thing. And I find with like gluten-free baking or gluten-free anything, a lot of it has to do with the texture for a lot of people and whether or not they like it, not necessarily the flavor. So I think the biggest compliment you can get as a chef or anybody cooking anything gluten-free or allergy-friendly is, are you sure this is safe for me? And that kind of thing. I think it's, like I said, I think that's like the best compliment you can get. So let's see here. Not seeing any other questions. So we're going to go to my other ones here, which is, so what is gluten and what's the big deal? So when I'm talking about gluten, I'm talking about anything that has wheat, rye, or barley is technically what they determine as gluten-free. So this is where it gets hinky for a lot of people. And they're like, what? Because rice has gluten. There's rice gluten. There is corn gluten. There's every grain you have out there has a gluten consistency to it. It has gluten. Like I said, it gets very, very confusing to people. Now, there are some people that have celiac disease that cannot deal with like oat gluten. They can't have corn gluten. I'm one of those that I cannot have a lot of corn gluten. I can't have a lot of corn products. I do not have a corn allergy, which is separate. It has nothing to do with the gluten. When you have a corn allergy, it means you are allergic to the protein. Okay? So the big deal with gluten is it's really not a big deal if you don't have celiac disease or gluten intolerance. Okay? You probably feel fine. Okay? So, but if I eat it, it causes damage to my autoimmune system. So my autoimmune system will attack itself because it has the gluten invading it. My body can't digest it. And for me, it's a long time ago, but I presented with, oh, and I have two people watching, but I'm not sure who you are. Hi. So I presented with being very overweight. I was over 400 pounds. I was losing my hair. I have teeth issues and different things. I had, hi, Cindy. And so, for me, it was definitely, I had to do it. I did not realize that was what was wrong with me. I had to go demand a test to have a biopsy done, which I did. And it found that me and my oldest son at the time had celiac disease, and he was 13 at the time. And I was 33. So I had lived a long time, having a lot of pain and problems, and basically being told, hey, I need to just lose weight and I'll be fine. And I couldn't lose weight. My body was in starvation mode, and, I was just gaining weight. It was just constantly, but I was not absorbing nutrients because my villi were completely damaged. So for me, it's a big deal if I eat gluten. And when I talk gluten, it's anything with wheat, rye, or barley. I can tolerate some oat and I can tolerate some corn, but I can't tolerate it all the time. So I have to watch it. So like I said, when you hear glutinous rice, it's not necessarily gluten. It is not the gluten-free that we're talking about. You can actually usually use it as long as it's processed correctly. So you'll hear glutinous rice. Well, that's a very sticky rice. It has a little bit more gluten consistency to it. But all grains have gluten in it. But when we're talking gluten-free, it is wheat, rye, and barley. For the celiacs, those are the strands that they are talking about when they're talking about the gluten, and that what your body actually reacts to. Like I said, it's different for everybody because it's an autoimmune disease. So I really get mad when people start attacking other people because, and I will not tolerate it, because what is healthy for me may not be healthy for you, because our bodies will react differently. Obviously, I did not present in the normal terms, which is failure to thrive for celiac disease. And I was extremely huge. Not that I'm tiny now, but I'm not 400 plus pounds anymore. Thank you very much. And my hair doesn't fall out when I'm walking anymore. I still lose a little bit. It comes from the family, but Okay, and like I said, I have a few more people watching. Hi, feel free to put in questions if you'd like to. Okay, I'm going to go back to those questions that I wrote, and then we'll go through other ones, or that I wrote down that sent me earlier, and then I'll check my social media. I can't talk. Maybe this is not a good day to do a Q&A. I don't know. So number 3, what's your work experiences? Well, I'm assuming you're wanting culinary experience. Woo! Okay, so I've been in and out of restaurants since I was 16 years of age. I started out in fast food at Long John Silver's, where I met my husband too, by the way. Not that you really needed or wanted to know that, but just I started in fast food at 16, and then moved up from there. And I have been doing, I did start culinary school. I have held an executive chef position. I have managed quite a few restaurants. I have always on the side done different things with catering, whether it was for a friend or my own catering business. And like I said, I do consulting for companies for recipes and individual consulting for recipes. And that's usually allergy friendly recipes or consulting. So, and I do have different contracts and that kind of thing. And you can always message me if you're interested in that type of thing. I do most everything virtually, so there's no contact. So I was already ready for 2020 before this happened. But so, that kind of thing. So anyway, total, and I've been in hospitals for 6 years now. So by day, I run a hospital kitchen. So I have over 25 years of culinary experience of cooking and managing, and I've done it all. I have worked my way up from dishwasher and on up. So there's nothing that you can't do, in my opinion. So I'm not one of those chefs that has a huge ego when it comes to certain things. So I will wash the pots and pans if I have to, because guess what? Got to get done. So, if you have anything else, just let me know. Let's see here. I'm looking. Nope. Okay, this one was a funny question. I got asked this one 3 times. So I kind of combined it into one question. Allergy Dragon is a weird name. It's cool, but weird. So why Allergy Dragon? So It's cool but weird. It has absolutely nothing to do with Game of Thrones. Just letting you know. Allergy Dragon is kind of because people don't believe you have allergies. Most of the time, they don't, and the celiac disease, they don't believe that it's real. But we kind of run, not necessarily the best phrase, but like a monkey on your back type of thing, that we always have this burden on our shoulders of having to be vigilant for celiac disease and for food allergies. So I kind of thought of like my allergy dragon, because most people don't believe you until they either have lived with it or they've seen you have a reaction, which is really, really sad. So, and our allergy dragons, they seem to change. Like as we age, sometimes things become more sensitive, or we can eat that now, but we can't. People can outgrow allergies. So it's like they're a constant living, breathing thing almost by themselves, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's not just just avoid nuts, you'll be fine. It's a lot more. It's a lot more to it. So everybody's allergy dragon is different, and how you have to tame it is totally different too. So that's why it's allergy dragon, and we nicknamed my logo. I had my friend's daughter, or my daughter's friend, actually made that, and I paid her for it because I don't believe even if you're a teenager, you should not get paid for your art. So remember that, people. And so I paid her for my logo, and I just thought it was great. And I told her what I wanted. I was like, hey, put me in a chef's coat with my green chef coat. That's what those people see me in. And I want the dragon on my shoulder because always looking out. And we actually nicknamed the dragon Epi, so epinephrine. So we thought it was cute, and that kind of thing. So that is it's why it's a weird but cool name. I like it. So, and I also, then the other dragon part is I was born the year of the dragon, Chinese dragon, actually the fire dragon. And I have always collected dragons. So I've always kind of thought they were cool. And that's where it comes from too. Just, I think dragons are cool. Let's see here. Meet and eats, are they going to continue in 2021? Oh, Cindy, thank you. It's the perfect name. Oh, I think it's pretty perfect too. But so meet and eats, are they going to continue? Yes. We actually were talking about that, strangely enough. We just had a meet and eat. So I have it on my YouTube channel to replay, but it is on my Facebook. And then I'm probably sure that Leah and Dee Dee have it on theirs. I'll try to link stuff at the end when I post this video. When it's done, I'll link some information to them. But yes, if you had told us, then we actually talked about this too. In April of 2020, we did our first meet and eat, and it's become like a tradition. And I'll tell you what, those ladies have been some of my support group. It's been fun for me. It was like a way to be creative. It was a way to, without having to be too demanding on myself, because I'm in a hospital setting. It's been very demanding there. And it was a way to connect with people that, we were going to talk about whatever we wanted to talk about, food allergies, obviously, but we were supporting each other. And I think it became a very important part for us, and then even people viewing us. So thank you so much for contacting us and wanting the meet and eats continue, because we actually really do enjoy them. So we are going to, I'm probably not going to host the next couple too. I'm not that great with Zoom. I got to get there. I'll get there eventually, but I'm not that great with Zoom. So, and right now with my computer being messed up, I can't edit anything. However, the motherboard came in, so we're hoping this motherboard works. But yes, our meet and eats will be continuing, and I will let the girls know that you even said that if they have not caught this on here. So I will let them know. I thought that was a really cool. We had quite a few questions about, y'all are still doing it, and I'm like, yeah. Will you be uploading a video soon? I forgot that somebody had a couple of people at as soon as the computer is up and running and I can edit, yes, I have quite a bit of content. And it really makes me feel great when I get comments on the YouTube channel or you message me and that you really want this information, because there's some days where I just feel like, oh, I just want to give up. And I just had a comment like last week and it was amazing, a public one too. And I respect everybody that wants to send me messages, that kind of thing, but it was really cool to have somebody do a public comment as well. So I read all of them, even your messages, and most of you people, I will get back to you. It may take me a day or two, but I do get back to you. Let's see. What am I eating for Christmas? I'm not 100% sure exactly what I'm making. I know we are going to be having beef. and we're going to have. I wanted a ham too. Like all of a sudden, I wanted a ham, and I haven't been able to find one now. They went out shopping. Kara and Dawn went out shopping this morning, and they couldn't find me a ham. But I may go out later. I don't know if I want to brave it or not. Um, but I'm making macaroni and cheese. That's one thing for sure. I'm going to make persimmon cookies. I will probably make some other cookies. And if you watched our meet and eat, I actually was decorating cookies. I didn't do any live cooking because I'm not that brave while I'm doing Zoom. Okay, yeah, just not. And the ladies have their treats over there too. So I'll try to link that down somewhere, like their link to their website and that kind of thing. And I think Dee Dee might be doing something special too with like the recipes. So look out for that at allercuisine.com if you have not subscribed to her website. But I'm a cookie freak, especially for Christmas. I just think cookies. So I haven't 100% decided because actually this is my first weekend off, and then I will be working straight through until Christmas. So I will be off for Christmas itself, but then I'll be working that weekend at the hospital. Okay, let's see here. Number 9 is, what's your favorite brands of flours and foods? Okay, so this is a broad spectrum question. So brands of flours. Namaste is one of my absolute favorite flour blends. Okay. Then I also like Hungry Harry's. They are top 14 major allergen friendly. They're really good. Namaste you can get at Rainbow Blossom, which is local if you're here, local Louisville, Kentucky. But you can also order them online, and you can also order Hungry Harry's. And Hungry Harry's is newer, it's only been around about 2 years, I think. And but they're top 14 major allergen friendly. And then Namaste is top 8. And Kara has 6 of the top 8, so it's a very huge thing for us to make sure they're processed correctly. And then and from what they seem to be celiac safe. I know a lot of people like Bob's Red Mill. I have used Bob's Red Mill, and it is a good brand. I can't use it because they are processed around nuts, or at least they were the last time I checked it. And like I said, I just love Namaste so much, and I love Hungry Harry's. And so those are my 2 go-to flours. King Arthur is not bad at all. I have had some of their mixes and that kind of thing. But I absolutely love Namaste and Hungry Harry's. I can't say enough good about them. If you are someone who can't have grains at all, Colette and Frank's is a really good one. And that they use potato starch, and they use legumes and that kind of thing. So if you have a legume issue, you can't, because they have garbanzo beans and that kind of thing. But it's a really great alternative, and it's something I really stress to people that cannot do any type of grain at all, because there is people that cannot digest the grain at all. So those are options. And I'm always willing to try new things out. So there's and I will give you all my honest feedback if you do come to me with something. Just like I expect people to tell me honestly if they like something or not that I make. Forest foods, like we'll eat Barilla pasta, and then it has the corn in it. So I don't eat it a whole lot, but it does have corn. So Barilla is pretty good. Haven't had a safety issue with them. So it's been really good. Pre-made stuff, we don't buy a lot of pre-made stuff that's gluten-free because Kara has so many food allergies. But I love Glutono stuff. We like Enjoy Life. Enjoy Life, like lentil chips are like, and the sea salt ones are like life. I mean, I can demolish a bag. Like I have to watch it when I get them. They are better than potato chips for you, but I just love the plain sea salt ones, but they eat them like crazy. In fact, I have Enjoy Life right here because I actually got Kara's allergic to ginger, and I haven't had a gingerbread in a long time. And I was making a spice cookie for our live, and I was like, I don't have ginger in it, but I want to taste what a ginger bread cookie. It was kind of like I forgot kind of like how it tasted. That was actually really good. I like those are the soft baked ones anyway, so I like the texture. So I had no problems with them. So I do like Enjoy Life. Another company I like is O Foods. I can only eat, me and Kara can eat one thing from them. I can eat 2. But they still are a really great company. It's a woman-owned company in Canada. They do shipping. So it's really good. So I promote what I like. So, that's why I'm honest with that. Okay, so another question we have is, have you gotten any good Christmas presents? And this is funny that this one came through last night. And I started laughing about it because I was literally talking to my sister the other day, Cindy, who happens to be on there. Hi. And I'll show you my present. I had it pulled to the side. So I was like, this is awesome. But she got me this dragon bag and it's just amazing. And I'm going to show it on here, but my camera is not the best here. So let me show you. But I think it's amazing. I absolutely love it. It's got rainbows and dragons and purple, and then it's got the film, so YouTube channel. I just think it's perfect. So I will probably be using this. You will see me toting that around with some of my stuff in it. So yay. And then I actually got, my husband and daughter did not know this, but they went to Rainbow Blossom. Like I said, well, most of you, some people have known that I do a monthly cooking class with them. So anyway, Rainbow Blossom is a local grocery store. They have a couple different stores here in Louisville and the surrounding areas, and they have a wellness center. And I'll do a virtual class. Well, so we've always shopped there, and they went to go find a ham for me, but they were sold out of the ham, and it's okay. But they have this brand, and so they bought me something. And they were like, here, you want your Christmas present? Oh, yes, Cindy, yes, thank you. I'm glad that, yes, I love it, love it, love it. Enough to tell everybody about it. So they got me an oven mitt, and, I'm a cook, so it's what I do. I'm a chef. So this is all Blue Q oven mitts. And if you've ever followed my Instagram before now, you know that I've had a couple of their mitts. Now I have to be careful because I have to kind of censor one of the words on it, but I love it because they do like kind of like the old 50s style designs, but then they put like, cool things on it. Like I have one that's like dropping a new recipe on your ass. So like, that kind of thing. So I know I'm not really this kids, but this is called Blue Q oven mitts. They are so cool. But you can get them at Rainbow Blossom. They probably have something online, I would guess, but I don't know. But anyway, it is a great one. It says parsley, sage, rosemary, and bleep off. And it has all, yeah. Sometimes that's how I feel in my kitchen. So it's like the perfect mitt for me. I just love it. Isn't that awesome? So anyway, I got really two cool birthday or Christmas presents, sorry. And they were $11.99. I don't know what Cindy cost for that. I'm not sure where she got it from. So sorry, I can't really help you with that. But those are my two favorite Christmas presents so far. I don't really ask for a lot of stuff, so it's cool when you get something surprising though that you didn't think that you needed or wanted, but then you're like, oh, cool. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, I am on to, so I asked Instagram and I checked my story before I came on, and then I'll check it here in a little bit too. So Tracy Bush from Nutrimom, who also is in the Meet and Eat, and sometimes she can't always make it because we all have lives. We can't make it. That's why we canceled the other two. And she actually wrote what is one goal you have for 2021? And I was like, wow. Well, all of my goals, I think all of our goals kind of switched and changed goals in 2020, right? So one thing I would love to, I'm working on two books, okay? One is a cookbook, one is not. I don't want to go into too much detail because it's an outline and it's probably going to take me a long time to write that one because I'm working with other people. So more to come on that. But I would love to get my cookbook up and running. And what's funny is I had actually, she's one of the people I was picking brains about. How did you do your book and da 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 da. So I think she probably already knew this one, but that is, I would like to get my cookbook up and running, and it's kind of more of a family type of cookbook. And it's, how I talk about all different kinds of allergens, but taking like our family recipes and changing them over. And that's something you can even consult with me to do. But that is, so I'd like it to be out by, next holiday, October, November, have a holiday cookbook out, from our house to yours. So how we can, I don't know. I don't have a working title for it either. I've literally just started getting together and doing a lot of stuff with it. So it's a very, very basic outline right now, but I would love to have that completed in 2021. So that's my goal. And that's probably the biggest goal. So, cool. And then Ludwig from the allergy table, she also put a question in on my Instagram, and that is on my story. So I asked people. So, how do you talk to a disbeliever of allergies? Well, I think we've all had that. And so, how do you really explain? I may have wrote this down wrong. So, I'm going to look at my story real quick and make sure that I have it right and see if anybody else put anything else in there. Oh, I have some messages too. Okay, one second. How to talk to a disbeliever of allergies. How do you talk to a disbeliever of allergies? That is from the allergy table. And it's hard to talk to a disbeliever because you have to maintain your patience. Sometimes nothing you say is going to make them believe you. The biggest thing is it depends on the setting. So like if I'm in a restaurant or I'm somewhere where somebody's going to be handling my food and you totally disbelieve me, I'm not eating there. I'm going to walk away. And I'm not going to be in an argument anymore because sometimes it's not worth having that argument right there. Because you can't just brush the cyanide off. And I may even say that in the conversation because they're like, well, or if I'm in the middle of eating at a restaurant and they bring me something and I tell them I have celiac disease, I can't eat these croutons on the salad. I'm not giving them the salad to go take it back there and brush the croutons off because you cannot brush the cyanide off. And some people may think of that as extreme, but I don't know any other way to explain it. If I put cyanide on the salad and you brushed it off, would you eat it? You're going to tell me, heck no, you're not going to eat it. Same thing. Those leftover particles can do some serious damage. I think it depends on, like I said, that the way what setting you are in. If it is my kids and I'm like talking to the teacher or somebody else about them, shock value sometimes is the only way to go to get them to listen to you. And then they may think you're over exaggerating, but I don't know how to talk to somebody that just totally disbelieves you. There's some people that are just not going to believe you no matter what you do. And those are the people I walk away and I'm not going to trust you enough to eat at your restaurant. I will tell them that. I will not trust you enough to be with my child. I will tell them blatantly that out. I do not trust you with my child's life. Okay. Now, I don't doubt your capabilities as a teacher. I have had that conversation with somebody before. I do not doubt your capabilities as a teacher. I doubt your capabilities of making sure my daughter's safe. And that's when their attitude changes usually, and I get something out of it. If they don't change their attitude, I say walk away. But that's a really tough, broad question, but if you have a person that you were working with really closely and they don't believe your allergies or they don't believe anything. I've had that even in my setting, and I've had an allergic reaction from one of my cooks before. And they'll say, I didn't do this. And then we'll walk through everything to see what happened or what went wrong. And I'm like, then this happened. And it can be something so slight as you didn't change your gloves. You didn't wash your hands in between. That touched it. It's called contact. It's not cross-contamination. Sometimes it's contact. And sometimes you just touching that spoon with that is enough for me to have an allergic reaction. So sometimes you just have to do shock value and walk away or disassociate as much as you possibly can. If it is in a setting where you cannot disassociate, like a teacher, that kind of thing, that's when I contact up higher level. And that's what I do. So lucky for me, most of the time people do believe me now. And if they don't, I just don't put myself in the situation with them. But anybody being younger or having to put your children in those situations, it's very scary. And you really need to have the confidence from those people. So a very good, tough question. Thank you. Okay, let me check. I do have a couple messages on here. So 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Well, thank you. Well, the food allergy wizard reacted to my story. Thank you. Okay, so I do have a question, which is a fun question. It is actually not allergy based at all, um, which is fine too. I said Q&A almost anything. What kind of music do you like? And that is a really broad question too. So what kind of questions? I mean, not questions. What kind of music do I like? Okay, so I listen to a little bit of everything. I grew up listening to hard rock, which is now kind of more classic rock, whatever, because I'm old. I've listened to K-pop since before it was like cool. And so if you're a Shinhwa fan and Super Junior, and then I do listen to some of the new stuff too. But before it was cool, before BTS came out, I listened to K-pop. Okay. So I like K-pop. I don't listen to it every single day, but I do listen to music every day. I do like I appreciate country. I appreciate rap. Would say that those are the two that I don't listen to the most. But I do listen to some of it because people are like, you can't really listen to it. I was like, yeah, seriously, I do. I like a lot of American, well, not American, but English, what they call it, opera. I'm not a big fan of like the Italian operas or French operas just because I don't know, some of the moods are off. It's not, and sometimes I can't understand what they're saying, but I think it's the moods, the different types of moods. Like I got like Falstaff and different things like that. Let's see here. Musicals. I like musicals. I love musicals. Okay, I was like into choir when I was a teenager and stuff. So I love musicals, and I love. I do actually really like classical music. So like Mozart and Bach are like my two favorite. Most people are like, what? But I do listen to classical occasionally. My kids will actually know some of those things, which is kind of funny. They'll be like, "Oh, da, da," and they're like, "How did you know that?" My mom listens to it. Evanescence, like my ultimate favorite band is Heart. It was my first concert. I went with one of my teachers. So Heart, I love big vocals, power vocals. Awesome. Kelly Clarkson. I mean, there are so many people that I love music. And I listen to so much and so much of a variety. People are like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I like that, or the fact I'll know a song that usually freaks people out. But I listen to music a lot because I have rheumatoid arthritis, and they actually say music helps with maintaining like pain levels. I think it does help, like it helps alleviate some of your pain. So I listen to music every day. And it's some of the ways that I can like vegetate. My kids know to like leave me alone if I have my headphones in and I'm really listening to music. I always listen to music when I'm cleaning. When I'm cooking, we have it jamming back there in the hospital. And then, um, when I'm at home here, it's the only time I don't is like when I'm on these, which I could have background music. I guess I should, but then I have to like be like, I don't own any of the music type of thing. So it's tough that way. Okay, so food allergy wizard reacted to the story. Thank you. I don't know if you're on, so hi. Like I said, there's quite a few people watching, but not everybody is commenting, so that's cool. I appreciate everybody that's on. Let me check Twitter and see if there's anything on Twitter, and then I will check Facebook real quick and see if there's any more questions. If not, I'll be wrapping up. See here. Nope, no questions on Twitter, and that is okay. Let's check Facebook. Okay, let's see here. Dee Dee said hi 40 minutes ago on the post that I would be here, and so that is cool. I did like a quick live, so I was just like, hey, so hi, and I'm gonna tell her I had questions about our meet and eat. So just letting her know. And so like I said, I will after I post everything, but I went ahead and I was like, I'll just say something. But no, I don't have any new messages. So thank you for Dee Dee for your support. And I just will let her know. So we are finishing it up, and I will let her know that, hey, I just was commenting on that while I was doing that. And I got through all of my paper questions that I took off from earlier. So I appreciate everybody that took the time to ask me a question. And if anybody if there's no other questions, I'm giving you a second to pop any in there. But I guess it's shorter than I talked faster than I needed to. I don't know. But I will say that we have a few things coming up. I'm hoping to post more, like I said. Hopefully there will be an announcement. I'll put it on my social media. So obviously follow me there, Allergy Dragon on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn. I do collaborations. I do work with people. So you can message me there as well, or that kind of thing. And I guess, like, comment, and subscribe, and keep watching me on YouTube, and obviously my allergydragon.com. I do have a lot of recipes there. I have been posting there a little bit more frequently because I can, because it's editing I've been having problems with. So I have been keeping Allergy Dragon up there on the website, and I do see people going to it. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And as always, send me questions. I'll take the time to answer them. And I won't always just do a Q&A that's basic like this, but it's always interesting to see what you all want to know or what you need to know. And oh, okay, wait a minute. I just had somebody send me a message popped up. 1 second. Let me get it. I guess it's one more question, I think. Now it's going to be slow. Okay. What is the best? Oh, okay. What is your best egg replacer? I've answered this quite a bit, and that is fine. You can answer me questions, and it may not be even for my Q&A. It just be something that you decided to ask me. And I have a video on YouTube that has a lot of egg replacers, but honestly, I like applesauce. Like, I like the fruit puree, depending on the type of recipe it is. I also like flaxseed, chia seeds. Those are like my three. I would prefer the natural ones. Namaste has a egg replacer that works really well, and it's probably the only one that's pre-made like that I actually like. I don't like the energy egg replacers or that kind of thing. So me personally, I like using a flaxseed, a chia egg, or an applesauce egg. And those are like my three favorite and go-to eggs, or a fruit puree period of some kind with extra baking powder. That's my favorite. And then flaxseed works really well, and so does the chia seed. The chia seed seems to be a little bit more chewy. So depending on what you're making, it changes the texture, I have noticed. But I like those three the best when I'm doing a changeover of a sub for eggs. Okay, well, I guess that is it. There is no more other questions coming through. Like I said, follow me on my social media, subscribe and like the channel, and ask me questions any other time. And I hope you all have a really great, happy holiday. I love to see pictures of what you all are making. So, even if you have some some horrible pictures, I've had some of those. You're welcome, Cindy. Thank you. And thank you for coming by, and thank you for, commenting. So I appreciate it. And thank you for all my questions. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good holiday, and be safe. Okay. And I'll see you later. Bye.